Stephen West Side. Oh, Castle Gardens. Do they have a castle in Castle Gardens? What we got? The garden along the banks of the River Soar were opened in 1926. They provide a quiet setting for the statue of Richard I and remains of the medieval castle walls, creating an impressive backdrop are the castle's great hall, moat, and the spire of St Mary the whatever Castra, 14th century, once stood on the river close to thing. Okay, carry on. Let's have a look. So, Richard III, there, his body found in the car park, wasn't it? It's the body. It can't be still at the car park, surely. Surely they've, you know, moved the body. So let's go. I haven't done one of these for ages. These. Life on the road is such a heavy load. Foot down to the pavement. The 70 miles and no more. Let's cross this bridge. Go dog and gun. Oh my god, of course, I'm in Leicester. That's in Siston though, isn't it? I think I don't know where I am. Where is Siston compared to where I am? How far is it? Dog and gun doesn't exist anymore anyway. At least the what I mean is I think a pub still exists, but the brewery kicked out all of the freedom management clientele people. And they just got normies in, so it's actually no one goes there anymore. They go to the working man's club though next door to it. So someone was telling me. So where is it anyway? Where is Siston from here? I think I'm south. I think I'm So what happened was that my van broke down, right? So I'm currently waiting for the AA to turn up and pick me up. Well, not AA. Is it AA? Not AA. Another breakdown company. They're gonna pick me up and basically, can I cross that bridge? And because luckily I got decent cover, so they can drop me off anywhere in the country. I pay that little bit more. So I've got a long trip, guys, and they're not going to pick me up until 6:30. I only came into the city here because I've got time to kill. I walked from my van to here. I'm not literally broken down in Leicester. I'm parked just outside in Leicestershire, in somewhere else. I think it's north, and Siston's north, I think, and I'm south of Leicestershire. I'm in where? Hertfordshire. Yeah, so I've got a long trip back, guys. So what they're going to do is they're going to relay drop me at service stations. So I won't be getting back till I might not even get back to tonight at all. I'll probably have to say to them, well, drop me at a road, like a lay road, a lay-by, and I'll crash in there for the night and then continue picking me up tomorrow. Because my drive shaft's gone, guys, on my van. So first thought it was a flat tire. So I was on the way to Comcast. Oh, hang on. Oh shit! I should have done this. Hang on. Yeah, I was on my way to I went to this great event on Friday with these mostly mothers who have freedom sort of people, mostly mothers. Yes, 6-7 women have set it up, and it's called All Rise Up, and basically it's going to be like the Hope Sussex but of Kent. Nothing to do with Hope Sussex though, but it's the same kind of model. And they're going to start in Kent there. So I went to their launch party on the Friday, and then basically stayed over it was in Aylesford near Maidstone, and then I drove the next day all the way to tried to drive all the way to Kegworth in Derbyshire, but I broke down 20 minutes drive, literally 20 miles away, 20 minutes drive from the Comcast event. So I had to... Nope, Sussex, yeah. Oh, look, Echo. God, this is a giant swan. This is more giant than normal. This one. You're a big boy, aren't you? Look, he answered me. He said, yeah, I am. You're a big boy, aren't you? Huh? You're a big boy. No? Okay. Whatever. Don't care anyway. Oh wait, it's a big one. See, swans do talk, guys. They're not so quiet. They're not so mute, are they? Right, I'll get this thing. I'll cross this bridge here. Yeah, so yeah, I had a great time at Comcast, by the way. Really, really great time. I don't know what it is with Kegworth and that Comcast. Basically, people don't know, Comcast it's an abbreviation for comedy and podcasts. So Comcast. So basically, you get a lot of stand-up comics and a lot of kind of podcast show kind of people to try and have like live, air their shows live or have some kind of panel sort of stuff. So originally they wanted me there because obviously I'm part of Unity News Network, UNN, and they wanted an entire UNN segment, like with all the presenters. So David Clues, Gold Eagle, myself, Jackie DeVoy, Anthony Webber perhaps, whatever, right? And is that my cable sort of falling behind me? So I said yeah, and I tried to get the others to go, but just by sheer coincidence, no one could attend apart from me. So Jackie DeVoy's on holiday, for example, in Zanzibar. David Clues just had a newborn, premature, so it's like touch and go kind of thing. And I can't remember the rest. There was other reasons. They're all legitimate. So I was the only one. So I said, I can't go. They said, you can still come along. And I went, yeah, but what would I do? So they said, you've still got a YouTube channel, Delivering Liberty. So why don't we'll stick you on a panel, basically. So they just stuck me on a panel with Miri AF, Nick Cotton, Jack, Scum Media, Johnny Vegamore, I believe his name. I don't actually know who he was, to be honest with you. But I know he is well known, apparently, so I gathered. And who else? Oh yeah, Francis O'Neill, who also does a Substack sort of stuff as well. and he's quite big. He's quite prominent in the London Yellow boards. So that's what we did. I thought I'd try to do a live stream. So what was quite funny, because I stayed an extra day because I was kind of beholden to these people who were going to give me a lift back. Well, it was pretty cool. A lift back to my van. I'm in the, what the fuck do you call it? I get up on this wall. They get up on the Abby Roberts, Charlotte, Baroness, Wayne, who was on my show. He was also one of the main organisers, and then I think see Nick though, but I think no, he left. He did leave. The main guy was as well, and yeah, it was pretty cool. So the next day, it's all of these air hostesses just everywhere, like in the hotel, and pilots and shit. So that's what they normally use it for. I thought it was a struggling kind of business at first. I thought, oh right, so they got an endless supply of, usually I think it's Ryanair, and it's no disrespect to the hotel or anything like that, but it's pretty much like it's on par with Travelodge. Do you know what I mean? But it's also got like a hotel centre in it as well. So it's just one of those kind of places. But I like that there's a hilariousness into it. You know what, I should be taking some So that's basically been, get your chat back up. Show some of your comments. Yeah, hey all, hey. Villa, Carl Mids, Leicester, yep. So yeah, it's been pretty so now I'm just, like I said, I just couldn't be, once I broke down, guys, for real, I was like, right, I'm not dealing with this, be Sean to deal with it. So I just had a really good weekend, and then yesterday, guys, for real, I hit a wall yesterday. I hit a wall mentally and physically. Yeah, I could not continue. I could not be over. I just went, right, I'm going to bed, and I pretty much slept all day yesterday. From the heavy weekend. Do you know, I think this is my first time in Leicester. I was thinking about it earlier. I thought I'd already been to Leicester, and then what I've done is I think I confused it with Coventry, and Coventry was such a shithole that, honest to God, I mean, I'm pretty easy going, yeah, but as soon as I parked up in Coventry and I looked around, I was like, nah, I'm not staying in this city, mate. And I just went on, and I thought that was Leicester, but no, I realised, I went, you know what, I've not been to Leicester. I've not actually been inside the city of Leicester. So we went to actual coverage. Did you go to that farmers market yesterday? The farmers protest, I mean. You go to the farmers protest in Monday? I didn't see your live streaming. Did you go in the end? I've been seeing some of the videos today, and a lot of people seem to have went, like Ramis and stuff like that, and peeps like that. Did anyone go? Because I got my opinion about it, mate, and it ain't a positive one. Because in my honest opinion, you see, these farmers, right, they need to either go hard or go home. Because if they're just turning up and just driving their fucking tractors around Parliament Square for a couple of hours, then going back to their slave, their state-endorsed, state-backed supermarket, working as a slave, getting pennies back, then they need to actually start doing something or just shut the fuck up. Because I'm just getting sick of it now. The ULEZ people allowed by letting together type people, I don't know if Alan Winner is directly involved in it, but together like people or GB News type people or Reform UK like people to take over, and they're going to lead them nowhere. Because turning up in your tractors and allowing and telling the police all of what you're doing and the police directing you, that's what I've seen on the videos, and this is what someone I know called Jess has been telling me as well via Instagram, is that they're just turning up, they're allowing the police to tell them what to do, where to go, stop for traffic, all of that, and they're just driving around. It's basically like the night carnival or something. And if they think that's going to change things for them, they might as well just go home now. Either go hard or go home, guys, for the farmers. And you know what's sad as well? I bet you any money that at least a quarter of those farmers who turned up in their tractors last night, I bet they paid the ULEZ as well. I bet they paid the £12.50 ULEZ charge to bring their tractors into central London, and the congestion charge as well. I won't be shocked by them, because I've met some of these people and they just don't have it in them, and they might as well just fuck off and go home, if I'm honest with you. I'm hoping to have someone on the show on Thursday to talk about it, and I'm just going to say it to them. I'm sorry, mate, but you're just not doing anything. So you might as well just shut the fuck up and go home and work as a slave for pennies for supermarkets. If you're not willing to do, at least the mainland European countries, that they're doing something. If you're not doing it, then just shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear about your problems. I've been avoiding it all day for that very reason. So, they do have some power. They think that, we just got to, make a little protest and that. It's like, and like apparently one of the lead people, I can't remember this lady's name, one of the lead people, this no farm, no food shit, is saying that, this is all because of Brexit. And if she can't even see that the whole Brexit thing was just a total sham in itself, that no one ever really got Brexit. The reason, look, the problem is, guys, and I understand why she says that, because it might be hard for a lot of people to understand this, but a lot of farmers actually voted Remain. And the reason why that is because they used to basically get pre-bribed by the European Union. They used to get farm subsidies from the European Union. So that's the only reason why that they voted Remain. Because basically the EU was pre-bribing them. So I'm sorry, but they need to actually start doing something, or I'm just going to slate them as I'm doing now. It's good to see. There's people I went to last Wednesday. I did the show from a Freedom Bar in Hornchurch. This guy called Bill, good guy, and he has a ULEZ he's totally against it, and he's very awake. He was in the anti-lockdown protests from the start, and all of that. Big Trump fan, that's the only kind of problem. I'm a big Trump cultist, but fair enough. But he allows the what I want to call the Havering / Romford / Hornchurch people to have an anti-ULEZ meeting there. They have it once every 2 weeks, so I went to it. And it's quite funny. I've not seen them for about at least 6 months to a year. I can't remember. And I was talking to them, and wow, they have really woken up to the bigger agenda. They've finally woken up. I was speaking to a lady. She's had she's had 4 jabs, right? But she's finally woken up and gone, right, I see it now, Sean. And she's come like a long way, because, you know, I tried to sort of lightly mention all this sort of stuff. That's all. It's like the ULEZ stuff, the climate stuff is just but one tentacle on an octopus, and all those other tentacles are all connected to one beast, right? And now she sees it, but I think personally it's too late. You see, because even though she hates Together, she hates Adam Miller, she hates Reform, it's unfortunately at the time when it mattered, they were taken in by these people and organisations. And I said to them that they will lead you nowhere. They will all they'll take you down are system solutions, I call them. And what I mean by that is that it's the system and their solutions, which means that it will never actually achieve anything. It's the illusion of some kind of democracy going on. And these farmers, they're just getting taken in again, but it's the exact same game plan. Nelson Mandela Park. Ah, so they honour terrorists in this city. Okay. Where are we? I might go to the actual city centre itself, which is down here, the yellow. Okay, so unfortunately I'm going to have to walk on a bit of a noisy road. If I go there. Okay, let's go see. Deforming university. In other words, another form of polytechnic pretending it's a university. That's brilliant, Alphabet Cat. Who said that? Was it? Yeah, Alphabet Cat, right? That's so true. And you know what the funny thing is, right? Polytechnics are actually better than universities, because at least it's actually some kind of vocational kind of subjects, things that are actually important, skills that are actually important. Also, guys, I'm just drinking a light drink today. I can't really drink beer anymore, guys. It gives me I just can't digest it well. I can drink stout, that's probably it, but I didn't fancy a stout. So I saw this, and I'm gonna lose some man cards here, right? I'm gonna lose some of your respect, right? It's a new Foster's product. It's called Foster's Shandy. But it's 3%. But it says proper shandy. What? Well, it's a shandy. Is that a light beer? I suppose it is. Come on, you fuck. Yep. I'm being the gentleman today, only half the lager. Unsubscribe and leave my right. I said, I can't believe you're drinking a shandy. Nothing wrong with shandy for children. Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong. Oh, you know, I would give my son and daughter a shandy. And I'd go, and then they try and grab the whole can off me before I mix it as a lemonade. And I go, no, son, not until you're 13. Not until you're 10. Okay? You can have the full can. Oh God, yes. Indeed. Earthquake. Typhoon and earthquake, the natural disasters from, remember, WWF wrestling? The natural disasters. Earthquake and typhoon. Yeah, shandy is hot on a hot summer's day. It doesn't dehydrate you as much as normal strength beer. Exactly, Alphabet Cat. Exactly. And when I started walking, the sun was out. Yeah, shandy's a summer's drink. Come on. Nothing wrong with shandy. I mean, for a hand shandy, you know what I mean, from a lady friend that I'll meet in a pub, for example. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. Right, I'm crossing before these cunts. Oh no, I'm on the cycle lane. Oh, they turned one of the lanes into a cycle crossing. My God, I'm about to get hit by all the cycle. It's so busy. Whoops. I think Leicester City Council perhaps didn't do any kind of sample testing to see that was there actually a demand for it. Whoops. Oh no. Oh, whoops. That lane could have been used for another layer of traffic to stop the congestion, but you know whatever. Whoops. Oh well, that's a couple of million quid wasted. That would have only normally cost about 10 grand, but somehow it got into the millions. I mean, it's not like it's money laundering or anything like that, Joe, you know. Of course not. Government would never do that to us. Careful, Peter Hitchens won't like you discussing cycling. What does he do he lives in Oxford, doesn't he? Just human to be like the blue eagle Muppet from the Muppets. Like all the people we know in mainstream, they're all basically Muppet characters. Kermit the Frog is Jordan Peterson, Roland Rat is Rishi Sunak, Peter Hitchens is the Blue Eagle, Christopher Whitty was sort of like a Beaker kind of like character. You know, I asked someone earlier, I said, do you have any recommendations for me to take? Basically no recommendations. There was 2 parks basically. I was like, okay, anything that's, I'm sure the parks are cool, but any kind of other recommendation? No. Cool. Revolutions. You know, it's like, I just see these places like Revolutions as like kids' places now. F. Hey, Annie F. Is this the nice part of Leicester? I don't know. I'm trying to distinguish what's the nice bit and what's the not nice bit. I mean, it's really so diverse, and diversity is our strength. So it's actually a positive, says the government. So what we got? I actually don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's up this way. Was that the city centre? Was that all of it that we passed? Was that all of the city centre? I need to find a map or something. How much power have I got? 47. So I'm just killing time, guys, until my ride picks up. That's the proper shandy dealt with. Apart from that violin player, it's well quiet. It's like I'm at a ceremony or something. IBM are so great. Look at their building. What the fuck is this building? Look, all sort of normal looking kind of typical housing, and then when it comes to the IBM building, it's just this. It looks like an egg box. It looks like a giant egg box you buy at a supermarket. You buy at a shop. IBM, an ugly building. IBM are great. I mean, you know, we're in a kind of woke city as Leicester, and it doesn't matter if they were the people who made the counting machine to count the Jewish people back in Nazi Germany. It doesn't matter. Forget about that. It's okay. God, that is an ugly. I'm actually perplexed about how ugly the building is. Like, what is the architectural? Fucking hell, that is bad. That is ugly architecture, man.
Look at the papaya.
To be fair though, I'm not gonna lie, when like cigarettes and coffee can sometimes make it.
Wow, I'm actually shocked how ugly that building was. Still. Yeah, 1960s architecture. Slightly better looking building now, this museum. Free for all since 1849. The Leicester Museum and the map, it's been taken down, maybe on the other side there'll be one. Right, where are we? There's the museum. So I'm basically here. So Nelson Mandela Park, fantastic. So actually I'm nowhere near the city centre, am I? The city centre's over there. So I'll have to gone past it essentially. So if I walk and then take a left at Granby Street. Okay, cool. Head up past the Crown Court. Wow, what's that? Oh yeah, the spoons. I didn't even think about the spoons. What's the spoon? He's released a song. I know, to be honest with you, I'm not too keen. I think his normal stand-up is good, right? But when it comes to his songs, I can't stand his voice. Is it just me, or is he kind of tone deaf? Because his voice kind of irritates me when he sings. Is that just me? But anyway, he's got this song called We're All Far Right Now, We're All Far Right Now, whatever, right? And Elon Musk has retweeted it, and it's going to get like millions of views, therefore, right? Because, Elon Musk is so edgy. My God, he's so edgy, dude. He's come from a humble beginning of being, a billionaire, a diamond mine family. So humble, man. So humble. He's not trying to turn everyone into a computer chip, essentially. He's not totally reliant on big government to prop up his businesses through government taxpayer subsidies. No way, dude. He's totally on our side, dude. Carl Benjamin said so. The Lotus Eaters told us. He's so on our side, man. He's so edgy. So that's basically that. You know what? That is basically. I've just summed up an entire Lotus Eaters podcast for you. You never need to watch it. I've just summed it up for you, right? Although I don't know why I'm doing America. It's like, oh, dude, like, oh my God, Elon Musk just owned the libs. Oh, he owned the left. Oh my God. He retweeted. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. Elon Musk is so good. He's back on Twitter. God. Oh, my God. He's such a freer place. Oh, my God. Yeah, guys, you know that Twitter has a backdoor portal by the state, and technically Twitter and the big state are one and the same. And basically, they're all just tracking you, and Elon Musk has been placed there to basically look like that it's not a hellhole of a place. You get that, right? But he owns the libs. Okay, low take eaters, thanks for that broadcast. Thanks for continuing to cuck the West. Thank you. Enough of that rant. He retweeted Dominic Frisby. He was a comedian. He does like backyard comedy, English comedian guy. He's a libertarian guy as well. Although somehow I don't think he sees the bigger picture. But he's got a song called We Love Weatherspoons, or I Love Weatherspoons, or I Love Weatherspoons. Whatever, right? And he goes into it. Every time I see a Weatherspoons, I think of that. I just think of that song. It's the only few songs I can actually tolerate of his. The rest of them I find like really annoying because of his voice. He's got the Libertarian Anthem. That's basically the USSR, but it's done a libertarian spin. It's really good. Recommend that one and the Weatherspoons one, and then that's it. Lotus Eaters, I finally found out who they are. Middle class, red-faced, droopy eyes. Yeah. They're not a job into a degree-based job because they're trying to create a false supply and demand. So, like nurses need a degree to be a copper now. You need a degree to be a nurse, and probably various other things now. To get to certain management positions and all that. Dropouts, because in my opinion they never stuck in the academic system to be dumbed down by it. Bill Gates, drop out. Some kind of smart device, drop out. Do you know what I mean? Like people, it's like But what it is, they're approved opposition because unknowingly they are helping the establishment. They don't quite understand how they're doing it. Overall, they'll be all right. And it's just, they just can't see it. It's just, it's like it's almost like an evolution in thinking, and they just cannot. They're just too far gone. They can't think of any sort of outside kind of reason. But then again, I think actually some of them know what's going on. It's just even worse then. They know what's going on, but then they know where the money is. They identify that if we keep shitting on Islam, for example, that is a money-making route. Whereas you talk about the very powerful lobbying powers and the financial powers of the State of Israel, they won't talk about it, even though that's a much more major negative influence upon the UK and the Western world. Rather than the actual illness in itself. The spoons in the market is the old corn exchange. Oh, the old corn exchange, eh? Am I going the right way to it? Oh, look at all the. It's great, guys. When you order your Just Eats and Uber Eats and all of that, just get it yourself, or just order it direct from the outlet. Like it's like, yeah, I keep voting. Yeah, I vote Conservative though. It's better than voting for Labour. So I'm just checking your map. Okay, so I was getting directions. Well, that Leo guy got thrown out. They were going on about, what's his name, Leo, stand-up comic. He was thrown out of Reform UK. Yeah, well, I got no sympathy for the bloke, if I'm honest. I actually got zero sympathy for that guy. He's a regular person who goes on to go low take eaters, and it's just like, so here's the irony, guy. I was talking about this at the Comcast thing. So two of the biggest, supposedly the two biggest freedom political parties in the freedom community, whatever you want to call it, right, are Reform and Reclaim. Now, I personally do not count either of those parties as part of the freedom movement, right? But a lot of people do. If you look at how those two parties are structured, right, they literally operate like dictatorships, yeah? Because, for example, Nigel Farage is the president for life, right? That doesn't sound like something that these tin pot dictators do. President for life. You've got the leader, Richard Tice. You can't actually join the party as such. You can subscribe to the party, but you can't vote for. The same with Reclaim as well. Reclaim's actually a little bit worse, right? You can't vote for any of the leader. You can't vote for the leader. You can't vote for any of the regional people, to my knowledge anyway. I know you can't definitely do it for the high up ones. You can't select policy. You can't vote for anything. So all you're really doing is signing up to and paying £25 a year for the privilege of being on an email list. And you get an email from them probably once a month. And you pay £25 for that privilege. So Leo, whatever his fucking name is, I've seen him perform as well. He's just okay. He knew exactly what he was getting into. So how can that type of party with that type of structure then going to be for freedom if they have a highly authoritarian party structure? Because that's basically what they want to do with the country. How can they do that then? See what I mean? It's like so he knows exactly that Tice is just a total cuck and just bows down. So this is meant to be a guy. This is meant to be a party that's for reform. We're going to reform the country. We're going to be tough. We're going to reform the country, right? And straight away, hate not hope as I call them, tell them that Leo, whatever his fucking name is using a pseudo name on Twitter to say some you can say that sort of stuff, and straight away he removes him as a candidate to hate not hope. So what's he going to do when he gets into if they ever became a government? Of course they're going to cuck to everything else. Again, at Comcast, it's just the reason why you can't rely on politicians is because the whole ethos of politics it's like a reverse meritocracy. It rewards Tice is pro-war, pro-jab, so fuck him and reform, yeah. And also pro-Israel as well. Right, where the fuck are we? I am here. Oh, BBC Radio Leicester, yay! What's here? I do need to get back there. That's where I started this live stream. So if I keep walking up, I can then end the live stream, guys, because obviously they said they're going to pick me up at 6:30, this breakdown lot. But they might do it earlier, so I don't want to be too far away. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm just going to end it soon, guys. The end, back to Castle Gardens, and I'll end the stream. But yeah, believe it or not, guys, you might be shocked, but I'm not too impressed with Leicester. There's a possibility I may never come back here. Yeah, another Zionist. Yeah, this is the thing, guys. I'm not like, don't get me wrong, right? You're not going to catch me at a pro-Palestine rally, because I do think there's an element of control in that as well. But I'm not like bleeding hearts for it. I've made a video a few years ago saying during the Freedom Marches is that they're trying to shoehorn in the old failsafe of Israel and Palestine sort of conflicts, right, to further divide people, because Brexit didn't work, left-right didn't work. You know what, mate? Sorry, mate. I thought that guy was ill or something. So, he's just high as a fucking kite, mate. I just realised. I thought he was like sedated to the thing. Anyway, so don't worry, guys. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm not Charlie Veach. I'm not gonna pick on the down and outs. I'm not Charlie Veach. Monetizing my channel so we can get 100k a year based on him going around terrorizing the down and outs. Big version of Peterborough, aka a dump. Peterborough. Have I been to Peterborough? I think I have, but I can't remember. Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying, it's that, look, objectively, yeah, only give a shit, but objectively, you can see what Israel are doing is that they are committing genocide and ethnic cleansing, which are war crimes, right? And collective punishment as well, turning off utilities and stuff. Just punishing all people for the crimes of some, right? Sins of the father, etc. Yeah. And they're doing that, but yet Tyson, many others, Lawrence Fox of the Reclaim Party, and all that, they support them. So fuck those guys. You know, this is a humanity thing, right? Forget about how we feel about certain. You know, what certain people think of certain cultures and religions and whatever. What they're doing is just bang on wrong, what Israel's doing. That deserves to be happening to no one. So, that's my sort of stance on it personally. Oh, fuck a bit. Pretty cool little church, St. Nicholas's Church. It's all branded. And also fuck Tommy Robinson as well. Another fucking paid cunt. Dog-shit cunt. He's leading all those. Thing is, yeah, everyone who supports Ty Robinson, right, you have to understand that he is doing like what Together and Reform and the GB News types have done with the ULEZ people. They have led them down the garden path, and they're continuing to do the Tommy Tard supporters. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but that is true. They are leading them down a path. Same with Trump as well. They're leading them down a path that just lead to nowhere. It's all, and he's just basically there to grift. There's no money in the truth, unfortunately. That's why a lot in the shitting on Israel market. Is that the? No, that wouldn't be it, would it? Where he's buried, where they found Richard III, the car park. No, it's not. Where am I going down here? I think I've lost my way now. I might have to go back. Let's see. Yeah, they'll probably get away with it. You're right. They probably will. It's like how all the government officials, remember, again, you get grifters in this movement as well. All the people go, oh, don't worry, Mark Sexton, for example, well, we're going to hand in these papers at Charing Cross Police Station, and the police are going to investigate it, and we'll see, yeah, and peddling copium and hopium. So, yeah, don't worry, and Boris is going to be arrested, and Chris Whitty, and blah, 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 and all this sort of stuff. And I'm just looking at him like, you're a fucking fantasist, mate, if you think that. And I don't think you think that. I just think that you're a grifter. Or maybe it's either that. He's at best, he is a grifter. At worst, he is a con man. Or even more than that, some sort of asset. So it ain't gonna happen. There ain't gonna be no Nuremberg trial. People were saying that, so it ain't gonna happen. You do not. People who said that did not understand how they don't They don't live in the real world. They don't understand how this country operates. And it's not me being mean or anything, but it's just a reality. If people were going around going, "Oh, Nuremberg 2 is coming," it's like, no. You don't understand how this country operates. I'm sorry. Because if you're relying on heroes to do it for you, nothing's ever gonna change in this country. People have to change. Yeah, they're influencers. Yeah, it's a lot of those influencers get paid as well. They get paid by, there was one that I was saying at the Comcast again that. There was a lady, I don't know what she does, I don't know what her business thing is, like whether she's like some, hot girl that goes to the gym or whatever, something like, I don't know whether it's that or whatever, maybe she does reviews, fucking comics or whatever, I don't know, whatever her thing is, right? She essentially blew the whistle because of the recent State of the Union address by Joe Biden. The Democrats basically contacted her. She had no contact previously with them ever, and said, "Oh, if you do a live watch party on your Instagram channel or TikTok, whatever it was, or both, we'll pay you." And it was sort of saying that, be positive towards Joe Biden and everything, all this sort of shit. Right, I'm back at where I started, guys, so I'm going to end the stream, yeah? So, how long's that been? It's been like over an hour. So, thank you guys for watching. Oh, fuck, I didn't realise fast car's going. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'm going to be back. I'm going to be on UNN tomorrow. Hopefully, if I get back, get back to where I'm going, I can. I'm sure I'll work out something. I'll even run into a pub and do it. I only do an hour show on Wednesday. And pubs are usually dead on Wednesdays, so it's an okay place to do it. If you ain't already, go subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I'll be on at 7 p.m. on this very YouTube channel. 7 p.m. hopefully. Also, D-Live. I watch tonight on D-Live and Rumble. We're trying to get people to subscribe to our Rumble channel, because I think we've reached a ceiling, a metaphoric ceiling to D-Live. We've got 15,000 followers on D-Live. It's crazy. We got banned at 50,000 on YouTube because, again, we're telling the truth. The truth that we turned out to be correct at, and all the ones that got it wrong are still on there because they were going along with narrative. See what I mean? It's the way of how they're approved opposition. Where's the Rumble? So please do, I can put the Rumble channel here. So do subscribe to UNN's Rumble. We're building there. We got about 3,500 subs there at the moment, but we want to get to at least 10,000. So, if we were still on YouTube, guys, we would at least be 100k by now. We'd actually have more subs than probably like GB News, for example. But that's the thing. We're not allowed. You can't have a news network that isn't controlled. So it's they're gonna. So even though we run on a shoestring budget, right? We probably would have had more views. Look at David does great work. David Clues, right? You go on Twitter, follow UNN's Twitter, follow UNN's Telegram. We get thousands. The tweets that David puts out, they go viral pretty much once a week now. Like hundreds of thousands of views for a Twitter account that now currently has 60,000 followers, right? So, 60,000 sounds like a lot, but in the greater scheme of things, that's relatively a small account, and yet we get hundreds, up to 1 million impressions. But yet we don't get any notoriety for it. On the streets we do. We got street cred. But because there's all this layer of control, you're not allowed past a certain point. So please do follow us on Rumble. David's on at Rumble at 8. Who's on Tuesday? Yeah, 8 p.m. on Rumble, 7 p.m. on D-Live for the sort of what I like, the fluffer show, as I call it. I moist up Kate Shimrani. I moist her up before she comes on and does an 8 o'clock show. David gets fluffed by Gold Eagle on a Monday, Simon, and I can't remember the guy's name, but it's called The Daily Chaos, his YouTube channel or something, or whatever. His news show is called The Daily Chaos. I can't remember the chap's name. So yeah, tune in for that. Anyway, guys, and also if you wanna buy me a beer, wanna get me a beer, because occasionally I will wet my whistle occasionally, every now and then on a birthday or some kind of celebratory day, Tuesday. Yeah. you're willing to do so. Ollie, that's right. Yeah, Ollie. Thank you, Africa. Ollie's his name. Couldn't remember. I'm going to say Simon again. I thought of it now. Yeah. So Daily Chaos. That's at 7 p.m. only on D Live though, because Rumble. It's the thing. Rumble isn't sophisticated enough yet. You got to do it the old-fashioned way, where you got to keep generating a new live stream. So as soon as you hit the end button on your show, I think you've got within a minute to. Or even maybe less than that, 30 seconds to actually start the new show. But it doesn't always work like that. So if you don't get it on time, you've got to create a new, generate a new RMPT or what the fuck it is. So whereas YouTube is obviously the daddy of it, so it doesn't need to do shit like that anymore. So that's the only reason why. So D Live will be on constantly. It'll be both the pre-show and the actual show on D Live, but Rumble is where we're trying to build it at the moment. So, well, you can watch on both. D Live first, then Rumble. It's up to you. Whatever. Do what you want, mate. Alright, I'm off ski. See you later, guys. Oh no, Greg, we're on film. Literally about to end the show. Hello, Sean. You missed a good rally in Parliament Square. Okay, Greg. Actually, before I go, I'm actually going to ask you questions on this, right? What did the farmers do? Did they just turn up and just drive around Parliament Square for a few hours and then fuck off back to their slave wage job? Because if that's the sort of shit they're bringing to protest, they can just fuck off back to their farms and just shut the fuck up. That's my brutal opinion on it. And you know what's sad as well? I bet you any money, Greg, that at least quarter of those farmers, because they're sleepy Joes, mate, they're not awake. They're probably for the climate like stuff, right? I bet you any money at least quarter of those farmers have paid the ULEZ charge to bring in their tractors that day. So all the reviews I'm seeing it from awake people is just like, yeah, they may as well just not showed up, because it just seemed like a parade. The police were telling them where to go. They were asking the police, oh, can we go this way? Can we go that way? Oh yeah, we'll wait for you, officer. Yes, constable, we'll wait for you. Yes. Oh, yeah, you can tell us when. It's all right. We're just having this lovely little British protest, this lovely little English protest. Yeah, we're just going to wait for everything you do. Yeah. Brutal but correct Tory boys, let's be honest. Yeah, a lot of them are. And a lot of them are, not that it matters anymore whether people voted Remain or Leave or anything like that. But the reason why a lot of those farmers were Remainers, because they were getting people, in case people are late to me saying this earlier, the reason why a lot of them were voted Remain, a lot of farmers, believe it or not, a lot of people find it hard to accept. Like the morons of the Labour Party have been, I can't remember her name, was on TV the other day saying that, well, this is the reality of Brexit. And these farmers, they get what they sow, they reap what they sow, they voted for Brexit. No, they didn't. They voted Remain, most of them, because they get pre-bribes from the European Union. They were getting government taxpayer subsidies. They were getting our money to prop them up. So, although I do think we may have awakened some of the farmers that were on foot. Well, I'm not being funny, Greg, but it's too late for tears, mate. I know a lot of people in the ULEZ movement, they've a lot of them, not all of them, but a few of them at least, have finally seen the bigger picture, but it's too late. It's too late, you know what I mean? Like they're allowing their organisations to be led by practically the same people who are in Together and who are in, GB News Panel and Reform and the Conservative Party. Like everyone said, oh yeah, we're gonna have Gareth. What's his fucking name? We're gonna have Garen Bacon, the Tory MP of Orpington, to speak at the event. And I'm like, you do realise that Gareth Bacon, this is an anti-ULEZ protest, you do realise that Gareth Bacon supported the ULEZ when Boris Johnson brought it in, because he was on the London Assembly at the time. Oh no, I didn't know that. Yeah, you don't fucking do your research, that's why. So that's why you're getting led down the fucking garden path, because you're allowing all of these people to lead that movement into a fucking garden path. That's where it's going. It's not going anywhere. Oh, the Tories, yes, like I went to the last one at Rose Hill. We got a big banner. We're voting for Susan Hall. It's like the Tories created the ULEZ. Hello. We're against occupied. We're anti-USSR. We're the resistance. Okay, cool. Who's leading the resistance? It's Stalin. Stalin's leading the resistance. But he's the head of the USSR. Yeah, but he's like totally against it though at the same time, yeah? Oh, okay. Morons, mate, a lot of these people. I'm getting sick of it now. Because Greg, that is a form of entertainment. I've been saying to people, we need to create our own things, whether it's festivals, whether it's some form of the entertainment sector, whether it's our own, like Hope Sussex or this new thing, All Rise Up, our own kind of educational facilities. People go there as a form of entertainment. So they may not go to some other festival, but they'll go to the Hope Festival, they'll go to Carry On Camping. We're creating a parallel society. It actually has a function. Oh shit, that guy just fell off his bike. Like, I know Comcast is not going to change anything. I'm not saying it ever would change anything. But it's just there as a outlet for an alternative form of entertainment compared to going to fucking Edinburgh Festival or some shit like that. What was free? But what was the benefit? Well, we all had a good time there last night. It was our entertainment. What is that? What it is then? Is that all the protest was about then? Just about entertainment? I mean, I'm sure there was a good vibe to it, no doubt. But I'm not there. I wasn't going to go because I knew exactly what it was going to be, and it's pathetic that I saw the videos of it. But I'm primarily there to make sure things are changed, that it changes things. Being at that, I'm not. Secondary is. The secondary thing is entertainment. Like, if it's just there to go for a piss up and have a jolly, then don't worry about it, mate. I'll go somewhere else for that. Yeah, but the protest yesterday wasn't about entertainment, though. It was meant to be, a protest. You're protesting the tyranny or the disagreement that you're having with how the country is being run at the moment. Slightly or set them on a path. This is more beneficial than anything that Greg, I don't think you're quite understanding what the model is of Comcast. The model is an entertainment thing. The protest is a protest. There are two different things. The Comcast is not trying to cause a revolution of some sort, politically, I mean. It is simply an alternative indoor festival like Edinburgh. Do you know what I mean? Edinburgh Festival. Or Edinburgh is like in loads of pubs and shit, but you sort of getting my point if you get what I mean. It's not, so it's succeeded in what it's trying to do. It's like Unity News Network its model is to deliver the news, right? It isn't trying to well, I mean, you could take it, but its primary job is to deliver the news. So that's an easy, achievable goal to do, right? The protest, the point of the protest is to... No, thank you, I'm good, thank you. No, thank you, cheers, thank you.
Have a wonderful day.
No, thank you anyway. Yeah, protests are meant to be changing things, but they ain't changing nothing, mate, if they're listening to the police and then following what the state, essentially, because you're protesting the state, and if you're listening to the state, if you're not doing basically what they're doing in mainland Europe, you might as well just go home and just shut the fuck up, because it's just this, it's go hard or go home. Because, you know, we've seen what happened with the ULEZ stuff. And I've said it from the start. I said to all these guys, I went, don't let these people take over. Even though they might have some clout in the mainstream or whatever, these people will lead you down a garden path to nowhere. Oh, the Catford story. The Catford story. Oh, God. I don't want to hear any more about Catford. I'm not getting a bit upset. I'm getting a bit upset by it because, in the sense that there are people saying, oh yeah, what the farmers did the other day, it was great. What did they do yesterday? It's like, no, they haven't done anything. They haven't actually achieved anything. And it's just, they're just constantly being praised, and it's just like, well, what have they done? They took their tractors down to Parliament, drove around Parliament Square for a bit, and then went back to the job that the whole reason why they're there and protesting for. What have they actually achieved? What's going on here? Because I'm seeing how it's run, and it's the same sort of way it's being managed, like it is by Together and other kind of organisations, and they're having politicians speak and all this, the very people who are responsible for the predicament that they're in. It's just madness. It's like I say, oh, I'm going to start an anti-resistance group. Okay, who's leading it? Oh, one of the ministers who voted for the very thing that the reason why we're in this terrible predicament in the first place. Oh, okay, that's going to succeed. Cool. Hard disagree. Why get banged up now? It's getting interesting. Well, let's hope so. Let's hope so. Let's hope it is going to get more interesting. Because I'll tell you what, if it's going to be like, if it's just going to be more protests, I mean, you look at like the ULEZ stuff. What's actually like? What's different from what they were doing from a year ago, for example? Has it actually evolved? Has actually, you know, has there been improvement? I said this about also the the Blade Runner lot. They're not doing anything. This is the Cobra effect in real time, an economic phenomenon. They're not understanding it. They're not doing anything. You see, where's that Matt Houston guy from? He's taking down cameras all the time, and it just seems like the cameras just get replaced, all on taxpayers' money. Nothing's happening. Because people keep paying and then I see in these groups then, the ULEZ group, I made a video about this. You've got people taking camera shots, of the Blade Runners who are taking down the cameras, and they're doing it they're doing it for well-intentioned. They're well-intentioned people here. And then you get people writing in the comments of like when cameras are taken down, then they put it in that big Facebook group, right? And they go, oh, thank you saved me so much money. You saved me, a half of what I normally pay. So that implies that they're still paying the ULEZ. So so the Blade Runners aren't actually doing anything. If anything, they're mollycoddling the people that should be not paying. They should be having a go at those people and saying, no, you need to stop having it paid. Because the poll tax, for example, I know it turned into the council tax eventually, but these people think that it was the riots, the physical, attack on the government that actually brought down the poll tax. It wasn't. What brought down the poll tax is no one was paying it. They stopped paying it, and then it all collapsed. History wants to make you think it was the riots that did it. It's not, because that's part of that lying narrative. It's because you simply don't comply. Even Gandhi used to say stuff like that. You just don't comply. This system operates on people complying. And if people stop complying, it falls apart like a house of cards. So, here we go this way. Now let's hope it is getting interesting, because I'm not impressed by what I'm seeing at these protests. And we've all been on a journey too. You know, I'm not saying that I knew everything from the start of this back in 2020, but we can now advise these people and go, look, mate, we've been through this rodeo before. You have to do something different. You have to actually revolt, like actually revolt. And I've said this for ages. There needs to be a tax revolt. All the great revolutions started from a tax. There's a little known country, guys. It's called the United States of America. Literally exists because of a tax revolt. Taxation without representation. People need to stop paying their taxes and go, right, we're not having this anymore. Doesn't need to get violent. I'm not saying it has to be all fires and things like that. Stop paying the taxes that you can control. When they're not getting their money, they'll soon listen to them then. They don't listen to 100 tractors going around Parliament. They listen to when they're not getting their money. That's why private business is always superior than state businesses, than state equivalents. It's because the state equivalents rely on a never-ending tax stream. So there's no incentive to improve, is there? If they're guaranteed to get their money regardless of they do a shit service or a good service, then they're not going to go the extra mile to deliver you a good service. Whereas all the private businesses, it relies on them actually delivering a good service or a good product. And if they don't get their money, they'll simply just go to another business. And that business then goes out of business because of it. I'm saying tax avoidance, guys. I'm not saying, I mean, everything I'm doing is totally legal. The only begrudgingly thing I'm doing at the moment is paying road tax, but I'm currently going to be finding a new solution to that. If you buy an emergency vehicle, ambulance for example, you don't need to pay road tax for it. If you buy it off a vehicle that was previously owned by a disabled person, you don't need to pay road tax. Because the system isn't sophisticated enough to, once you deregister a vehicle for road tax because you're, say, disabled, even if you try and tax that vehicle out of, because you think taxation is the price we pay to live in a civil society, you can't tax it. The system isn't sophisticated to do it. It just won't do it. Don't say tax avoidance. Tax avoidance is legal. Tax evasion is illegal. But I think people do need to start growing some balls though and actually going, no, do you know what? If enough people do it, you only need 10%. They go, no, this, like Gandhi said it himself, so all of this British system, it's all based on consent. And if people, you can just keep, you know, if enough people just say no, it starts falling apart. Identifies as fleet. Okay, who's got a disability here and who doesn't pay road tax? If that's the case, then untenable position. Then what are you saying, that disabled people get pulled over by the police all the time? Are you saying ambulances and fire engines and other police vehicles get pulled over all the time? Lisa, do you get pulled over by the police? Yeah, tax revolt is better. Yeah. Tax revolt is better, I admit. That's what I mean though, that's under that umbrella of tax revolt though. Like revolt doesn't have to be violent, do you know what I mean? It can be like a civil, like revolutions can be civil as well. It doesn't need to be like, you know, burning down fucking buildings or whatever. Only on a scooter, right. Anyway, on that, I'm going to leave you guys because I need to save this power for phone in case anyone tries to call me or whatever. Thanks, guys, for listening. I'm going to let you go. Take care, guys. See you later.